And welcome back, picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta, where we were playing the initiative on the experimental build, which is 0.4.60, where I went ahead and picked up Gulf states early on, and then I went ahead and realized that we had a decent amount of public opinion in Mexico, so I was able to grab Mexico. So right now I'm trying to stabilize Mexico, so we can basically siphon money off of Mexico. Which in theory does mean I am in a good place to try taking America. Though I don't really want to take America because that's kind of the meta and people don't want me to do that. On the other hand, I might try to do something where, now that the places I'm thinking we want to keep them out of China, we want to keep them out of India, probably want to keep them out of America. So I'm starting to think, now I'm looking at Canada and seeing Canada has control of the servants, that I should maybe try to take a move towards Canada.
Standing by for orders.
Especially because the resistance has gone ahead and kicked them out of Vietnam. I like to see that the resistance is stepping up in a lot of these places. So if they're coming in, we'll let them come in. We want them to come in here. We want the resistance. We want humanity first. This early in the game, they're our friends. Real late game, everyone's gonna hate us because we're gonna try to play the Uno reverse card on the aliens, but that's not right now. Right now, we haven't figured out how to do that, so no one's particularly butthurt about the future that hasn't been invented yet. Okay, so we don't have enough. Our poor judge here is not skilled enough at purge to actually purge anything, really. So we'll leave them improving stability in Pakistan.
Standing by for orders.
Where to?
In Mexico. So the question is, do I go after Canada, or do I double down on trying to get them out of Pakistan? What I can do to try to double down and get them out of Pakistan is let's reduce the spoils and up the unity. So every tick of unity increases public opinion for the factions in control of the zone. So it's gonna, unity increasing here is gonna give more public opinion to me. It is gonna give it to the servants. And that should allow me to erode the servants' opinion. And potentially get a state where even my really bad purger here can potentially purge. Can't control points where there's no spare points. Yeah, okay. Do I assign you? Yeah, let's have you stabilize in Pakistan.
At your service.
The person who was doing public campaigning in Vietnam that we don't need to do anymore, let's move them up to Canada.
I will try to sway the public.
I'm here.
If I want to be in a position to either move into Mexico or kick people out of Mexico, I probably want to take over Mongolia with what I've got right now. Yeah. So I could send this person off to Canada, which would also help, but let's move into
Bringing
Mongolia.
them on board.
Striver with 14 XP, so we can do something here to improve you. Let's, how many ties? Bonuses in, okay, so let's go ahead and pick up the preservation here. Bonus ties to Mexico, or to Canada will help with trying to get people out of Canada.
Ready.
So that, in theory, just boosted his public campaign probability in Canada. Tech-wise, because we swapped over to prioritizing clandestine cells, means we're not even really making any leadway for take control of outpost tabs, but I think that's fine in the short run. Long run, it might be a little bit of an issue that we're not getting control of any of the global techs, but short run, it's not a problem.
Order is returning.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Things are stabilizing.
So I think we have some people
We're
that are decent
taking over.
at Crackdown, just none of them are good at
Cleaning
Purge
things
right
up.
now is a problem. Yeah, so I think it's fine for Mongolia. Actually, for Mongolia, I might go ahead and up the Unity production. I suppose in your case, it's public campaigns. Come in here, public campaign.
We must persuade the people.
Apparently, they've gone ahead and did a crackdown on themselves. So they've decided to move on to
Standing
someplace
by for
else.
orders.
What's the op?
Ready for orders.
So a really bad purger is probably not a good enough purger. With that level of public opinion, yeah, not good enough. And with their base stats, I'd probably want to invest more in... Let's look at my council first. So we got Persuasion. We basically got 2 people doing Persuasion, which is not what we want in the long run, but we're more likely, once this person catches up and is really good at it, might actually bump this one for someone else. We've got a commander. This is my best at can I remember what the words are? Investigation. This is my person who's best at investigation. So, annoyingly right now, they're the only one I have that can do Purge. And I would like someone who could do Purge. Yeah, and the person here with the best espionage... Well, to be fair, the person here with the only acceptable espionage for the task also doesn't have Purge. So, he can Purge, but he's not good at it. I don't want to spend the time investing in making him good at it, is kind of the problem I'm running into. Oh, and you're Striver, so you've got... make you a little bit better at command. On the other hand, at some point, I just need to be doing some purging, so let's actually go ahead and we'll take... Much as I don't want to, we'll give you some espionage. And that has improved it. That moved it up to 8. But, yeah, we're gonna need a lot better than that before we can actually do anything purge-wise.
Things are cool enough.
We've moved the needle.
We've moved the needle.
Things are cooling off.
Much better, 14%? Not quite there yet. You need, because you're only a quick learner, not a striver, you need 16 points for an improvement. The game is reminding me that it might be a good idea to do a stabilized mission in Pakistan, a place that I'm already doing stabilized missions in. Thanks, game. I already knew that. Yeah, so we're going to have to continually maintain stabilized missions here until the inequality in Mexico is fixed.
We must not only defend human...
But as always, I'm slightly undermining with doing spoils.
Things
But we
are
do want,
stabilizing.
we're the initiative. We want money.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Violence is abating.
Okay, public opinion Canada is coming around. How's, tech-wise, how's clandestine cells coming slowly? Rating 5 a day. So it's around about March when it's expecting to be completed. End of March, it's expecting to be completed, okay. A place like Canada would help. Quick learner, but not there yet. Okay. And we're making a bunch of money, but apparently most of these things actually need influence and not money. We're not doing the best in influence. Anyway, you are getting close to actually being decent, to be fair. Might start taking swings at the sovereign control of Canada.
There are two types of people in this world.
Okay, so outpost tabs got finished. And to be fair, because the amount of research that I put into it, we did get the research for Outpost Core, which we'll need eventually. Rival international relations. Definitely not the one I would have picked. But it's fine.
Things are cool enough.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
The people will come to
So
our
we've got
side.
half public opinion
Things are
with
stabilizing.
Canada on our side. So we're actually in a pretty good standing at this point, I think, to basically do what the resistance just did and take a spot off of servants. So let's attempt to do that. I don't mind sharing with the resistance or the humanity first this early in the game. Though I do specifically want to actually keep the servants out of places, especially America, China, Japan. With the logic being that they can help the aliens sort of take over places quicker mid to late game. I prefer them not to be able to do that. Okay, so in this case, again, I really do need that espionage, so we'll buff your espionage. So we don't yet have, it won't be until March when we'll have the 5th slot. So I think grabbing these ones are going to cost influence, just because they're going to pay the influence back probably by the time we need it, and they're plus persuasion. Yeah, can only put one of them on this guy though. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Both are control nations, so it doesn't matter which way we put them on. So we'll put you on there. And then put you on there. We do probably want to take the money one as well, because the money one will just pay itself back in 5 months. We got excess admin. And yeah, you've got 6 admin, so that's plenty of admin. Oh, climate change is contributing to inequality. Still the smallest amount. The welfare priority is doing what we wanted to do, so it's moving in the right direction. It's just not particularly fast.
Order is returning.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We've moved the needle.
78% chance to take that knob, or take that control point from
We've removed some threats.
servants, and we did. That's good to see. Because this is Canada, and Canada is a decent place to do mission control, I am going to go ahead and follow up with what the servants were doing, which was trying to give Canada the space program. Mexico, to be fair, might be eventually where I put my space program, but we're not going to rush to that right away. Okay, so Mr. Stabilize, go back and stabilize. There.
Where do you need me?
At your service.
I think
Standing by.
you can go ahead and take the last point of Canada.
We'll bring this nation to our side.
Oh, you're the one that doesn't have Striver. Okay. yeah, some of the places we're looking at here are quite interesting. Like, yeah, if I had 2,000 money, we'd probably pick up the investments here, because it would be a plus in min. The JPL isn't bad, but we don't have any points in America. And of course, we don't have any Americans, right? We got Pakistani, 2 Canadians, and a Mexican. Or no, I've got Canada, Mexico, Canada, Pakistan? Double Canada? Yeah, I have double Canada. Or no, we gotta read down here. Indonesia, Italy, China, and Haiti. Yeah, so no Americans. Confusing location modifier with name of their home territory.
Just imagine, Ifechi, how
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Violence is abating.
Things are cooling off.
Okay, so it looks like we got a good chance, assuming the resistance doesn't
We've
try
got
to
our
take
people
the last
in
control
place.
point, and they don't. We have a really good probability to actually take it ourselves. Okay, so we've moved the first phase of the game. We're now in the new normal, which basically means all the turns are twice as much in game time. Which, because we were starting to switch on to things like welfare and spoils and stuff around the world, is probably fine, right? We're starting to reach the one where we've got all the command points, or control points, controlled. Okay, so I don't like that the Protectorate's in there, but I do prefer the Protectorate over the Servants. Kazakhstan. I may take those points in Kazakhstan just because I don't want them having points in Kazakhstan. Not because I actually want Kazakhstan. And then I'm thinking maybe trying to get into China. We've grabbed all the neighboring points on America, so I'm not too worried about people just sneaking into America. America's a pretty hard place to take.
Where do you need me?
Ready for orders. I will try to sway the public.
Reporting in. I will tell our story.
Your orders?
No one's certainly not in a position. Yeah, even though Kazakhstan's pretty small, 3 espionage is not very good. But a couple of pulp campaigns there should fix that.
we believe we can join them as...
Okay, muted the mic during the ringing the phone call. Well, you obviously can't predict the first ring, but once it's past the first one, you can usually predict it.
Things are cool enough.
The people will come to our side.
Public opinion remains unmoved.
Order is returning.
Ethiopia, so at this point, all 3 crashes that have occurred are in Eurasia. In early game, the aliens can't move via plane, they have to move around on land. So, at the moment, we don't have to worry about any in the New World. Okay, we got some new orgs in the pool. We got an espionage org, which is a definite I need espionage, so yep, we're taking you. Even if we get a better espionage person, we can just move to the next person. Public campaign wouldn't be a bad one to toss somewhere. You have public campaign. You have decent persuasion, but you don't have public campaign, so we might hand it to you when we don't need you to do command jobs, so you can do public campaigning. I'm not worried about plus 3% knowledge. So, because as you can see, probably with all the places I've been doing, I haven't been doing knowledge. I've just been trying to take territory. It'll be a long time before we're doing science. Space mining output is pretty good. So we do want this on someone. has my highest science right now? You have my highest science, so it won't stay on you, but we will give it to you. Striving is 14. Striving is 14, so we can grab one here. Probably just boost your persuasion, make you better. And then you don't have quick learner or the other one, but you do have a decent amount of admin for the moment, so actually keep giving you more persuasion. 37's not quite enough. Didn't want to take a swing. We're getting close to the clandestine cells. We'll have it in... It's actually moved up. It's moved up to March 6th. And then counselor-wise... we have some better espionage ones coming up in the pipeline for Purge. Yeah, so come around March. These guys haven't rolled over. We'll probably go ahead and pick up this spy here. To do our purge jobs, because they'll just do the purge job a lot better than our current person. And then we have always our current person on actually doing investigation.
Things are stabilizing.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Things are stabilizing.
Stranger, so you would be able to take more if you had more admins. We'll take an admin upgrade here. Still, I'm not going to take the Octon's Foundation. But... okay, so still growing. We're up to 22 opinion here. Don't think that's going to be enough. Do purge. Okay, so that's occurred. It's not enough to do crankdown either. Initiative has gone ahead and... or not the initiative, the Exodus has gone ahead and taken the first one off of them. That means I might move on to a different target. Because I'm just trying to make sure they're not getting into China.
Removing
yeah, let's try to kick them out of North Korea.
Ready. We'll make our appeal.
Where to? Making our case.
If anything, I'd rather at Project Exodus have the boost than the servants, so... we'll check back in and see if Project Exodus does kick them out of the executive, which if they do, then we'll leave them alone. So I think it's this cycle where we'll go ahead and be able to pick up our next counselor. There we go, there's clandestine cells. And once again, back to trying to take control of one of the global techs, please.
Order is returning.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Got our first 3% opinion in North Korea. Up that to 4. And it's North Korea, so it might not actually be that hard to purge the one point.
Our associates are now in charge.
And it was successful. We have taken control of the one and only point in North Korea. And it's North Korea, so... yeah, just... try to fix the inequality there, please. It's not gonna work, but you know, well, we don't necessarily need to go super heavy-handed. So let's try to also grow their economy a little bit. So with that spacing, we've gone ahead and pushed the servants out of North Korea. We're probably not going to be in a situation where we can push them out of South Korea. Not a lot of work. there we go. So there's our spaceflight program in Canada. Canada is a terrible place to do boost, so we're not boosting from Canada. But Canada, like many places, is still reasonably good for mission control. So we're going to mission control there. And mainly our control in Canada is to keep the servants out of the United States. So I don't mind that the Resistance has one of the 3 points in Canada. I can share the mission control with the Resistance. I'm fine with that. Yeah, purging South Korea. We might be in a position if we went and then just cranked up the public opinion where we'd be able to crack down purge. To be fair, Afghanistan is a neighbor to China, so we do probably want to move on there.
Acknowledged. Establishing our presence.
Ready for my mission.
You're in a public campaign in Afghanistan.
Where to?
You're, for the moment, gonna go back to stabilizing Mexico.
We'll make things safe.
And let's actually go ahead and recruit our 5th, and probably last for quite a while, counselor. Okay, we got some better choices for espionage in this situation. 7 is the best espionage, but sadly no purge. Another 7. 7's probably what best we're getting. It's got purge. It's got the sabotage, so I need a sabotage. It's got assassinate, which we'll need later on. Ooh. Do I want a quick learner with 6 or a better 7? I think I want the quick learner with 6. So we'll take this guy from Brazil. Do I have any criminals? No, not criminal. No government. You're not criminal. You're not criminal. So I'm thinking of turn this guy, my fixer here, into a criminal. So we can use him to take up criminal orgs. Yeah, let's go and do that. That doesn't mean at some point we'll be able to have him take this place right here, which would be fairly nice. Do we want that 1-1? I'm looking interested in a lot more espionage. So our current guy that we've got doing espionage. Okay, so let's go ahead. And you're going to want the investigation more than we want you to have espionage. So let's go ahead and give you this one that has investigation. So we can buff your investigation and take your espionage only one. We're going to go over to our espionage person and assign it to them. Getting up to 7 espionage. Extraction. That's space mining. We probably want to pick that up. Let's give it to you so we can get even more persuasion on you. Do I give you the money guy back? Probably just toss on you if you want. Every time I move it, it does basically take a month for it to pay us, for it to pay it back. So I do need to be careful not to move it too much, but moving around is not too expensive.
Ready for my
Right,
mission.
so you're much better at espionage. It's probably still a little too early for us to purge. Never mind. You're good enough at it. Go ahead.
Targeting
Straight.
the opposition.
Try to take the point off of the servants in Afghanistan.
Violence is abating.
Okay, so Pakistan's
Things are
almost
putting
stable. And to be fair, both
Public
Pakistan
opinion
and
is
Mexico are
moving
needing
in our
constant
direction.
support to keep them stable, but we're working on it. Afghanistan, we got some public opinion there. Really, we're just needing to take this point off of the servants, which we should do either this turn or the next turn, probably.
Our supporters are in place.
So we acquired Laos. As we take more and more points around China, it'll be easier to sneak into China, which China is probably a nice prize, so would like to have China. Probably not something we will take the whole China in the first go, though. So then we'd have to abandon a bunch of stuff elsewhere.
We're in control here.
There we go. We took over Afghanistan, so we've kicked them out of Afghanistan. Yeah, and Afghanistan, as you might imagine, is not stable. It's probably stabilizable, it just isn't currently stable. So let's not spoil Afghanistan. It's got enough problems without us making it worse. We will do some welfare investment there. And then obviously unity. In fact, I might go full unity there. Unify Afghanistan for me, please. Afghanistan's probably a place where we're willing to abandon if it's in pursuit of a greater prize somewhere else. We're up to 1% in China, so you can see control points in neighbors is a major bonus, and public support is a major bonus. Granted, China is just really hard, so we will need to improve more. And we're at 38% for Russia. Don't like that I'm seeing that Nexus hasn't still kicked the servants out of there, but with what we have, we can't. I don't think we can come after that point. Yeah, we need one of the lesser points to take the executive. If I wanted to move against the resistance, we would be in a position to move against the resistance there, but I think I'll let them come after them.
Where to?
So the other one... Okay, we are in a position where we might start being able to contemplate moving into India.
I will tell our story.
Ready for orders.
Ready for orders.
Standing by.
Someone doesn't have a mission. You don't have a mission. Yeah, you don't have any persuasion skills, so you're mostly going to be stabilizing nations when we're not having you signed somewhere else. And you're really bad at command, so you're not really good at stabilizing nations either. Oh, North Korea for the moment is actually stable. It's probably to Mexico with you. Yeah,
We'll
you're going
restore
to Mexico.
peace to this nation.
Ready to go.
With the other person who's in Mexico, because you're both have the same problems. Unless there's someone I can do hostile takeover. Have we found anyone? Only the resistance. I don't want to do hostile takeover with the resistance. Actually, let's send you go investigate the site in Ethiopia. Get that 1% Xeno research speed.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
Public opinion remains unmoved.
We hold no sway in their minds.
We failed, but it was already pretty bad, so moving from 0 to 4, or from 0% off of 4 is not particularly bad. We're not particularly happy that the strongest contender here is the Protectorate, but it's better the Protectorate than the Servants in the long run.
Information is our greatest weapon, bar none. If we know enough about what we're fighting and where, we...
So, they took... Only mission to the moon, so... Okay, so they did mission to the moon, so we're gonna potentially be wanting to... Well, I got no boost, so... Moon, we are not going. They're gonna go take the moon over while we're still poking around here on Earth. Okay, access 7, that's fine. If we wanted more territory near China, could try to purge them out of that one. Which we'll do, it's a 50-50 chance. They probably won't notice. Alright, this is probably going to be the last cycle of this part.
Things are stabilizing.
Order is returning.
Okay, so someone's coming after North Korea. It's North Korea, so I'm not too worried about it.
Our case remains unheard.
Okay, so I now have control in the Gulf states, which doesn't really care. I don't really care about that at the moment. Aborted the purge mission. Someone else. Okay, so someone else managed to purge them first.
Where do you need me?
What do we got as far as counselors? We want to do a get a new counselor. Well, this driver wouldn't be bad. But at the moment, if I were to get rid of a counselor, I'd get rid of the one that is actually my highest persuasion. Which I do want to take territory off of India is probably not a good idea, so we'll hold off for the moment.
We'll be running this place in no time.
Acknowledged.
Ready.
I mean, not at the point where we can go. Oh, and you're also just really unlikely to
What's
succeed.
the op?
Okay. So, probably do want to stick here with more
Making our case.
public opinion improvement.
Standing by.
In fact, actually, we might send the second one. We are going to move against... Oh, and they immediately either got cracked down on or cracked down on themselves.
Reporting in.
So if they've done that, we'll try to move against them.
We are taking power.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. So if you are watching on YouTube, I will try to record at least 2 more parts tonight, so there should be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break and then move on with the video. Probably during the break, I'm going to figure out what that phone call is about. So until the next part, wish you all good luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.